Welcome back to Only Talk Sports, where we talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. We got a video today talking about the Indiana-Illinois 2022 football game. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Now, this is going to be an interesting game. Just like the Penn State and Purdue games, I made a video on that yesterday, and on West Virginia and Pitt. This is a very good game. It's more underrated than those two. Friday night game, 8 o'clock on FS1, a Big Ten game, conference game. It's going to be very interesting to see who wins this game. Now, Indiana's coming off a 2020-21 season where they were terrible. 2019-2020, they were good. They were bad last year. They really need this game to bounce back. Illinois last year was a surprise. They went 5-7. They were much better than they have been in the past. Since they fired Lovie Smith, they got Brett Bielema from Wisconsin and Arkansas, and he's actually done good for them. They went 5-7, like I said, but they were an improved football team. Now, it's going to be interesting to find out who's the better team in this one. Everything that I've heard and seen, people think this is a toss-up game. Indiana's favored by 3.5, depending on the betting service. And, usually 3 points, they say, is for the home team. So basically, it is essentially a 50-50 game. No one knows who's going to win this game. Now, Indiana, they lost Michael Penix to the transfer portal. They brought in Connor Bazelak from Missouri. Now, Jack Tuttle is the other quarterback that was on the team last year. And Tom Allen is not named who the starting quarterback is going to be. So he's kept Illinois guessing. He's kept the world guessing. No one knows who the quarterback is going to be. If I had to pick, I would say it's going to be Connor Bazelak, but we do not know for sure. Shaun Shivers is a transfer running back from Auburn. I think he's a solid player. He never got a really good chance at Auburn to be the feature back because he's only 5'7", but he can bulldoze a guy over. That famous play he had against Alabama where he knocked the defensive back's helmet off was a very memorable play. They got DJ Matthews at wide receiver, coming in from Florida State from last year. He tore his ACL, but he's back. A.J. Barner at tight end is a very solid player. Cam Jones on the defense at linebacker, and they got Tywone Mullen and Jalen Williams at the corner spots. I think Indiana's got a solid team this year. I think they have talent. They have a lot of decent players, but the issue's depth. They did improve the depth. They brought in a lot of transfers and freshmen. They had the best recruiting class in their history last season. Deshaun McCull is the highest rated recruit in program history. All that's well and good. The freshmen aren't going to play much this year, though. And the transfers, while some of them are really good, a lot of them don't have a lot of experience. They were backups at other programs looking for an opportunity. So it's going to be interesting to see how well Indiana bounces back. Now, on the Illinois side, again, Brett Bielema, a very solid coach. I think he's going to actually really improve Illinois, especially since the Big Ten West is weaker than the Big Ten East. Again, they went 5-7 last year. They had the historic game against Penn State where they went into 9 overtimes, even though they did change the overtime rules, so that kind of helped extend it to be longer with the 2-point conversion system after third overtime. But that was a great game. Illinois, like I said, they could have made a bowl game if they hadn't lost to a really bad non-conference team last year. They would have went 6-6. But they were better last year. They had some upsets over good teams. I think they beat Minnesota as well. Tommy DeVito's a transfer quarterback coming in from Syracuse. He's a solid player. He was really good at Syracuse in 2019, but they really took a dip. I think a lot of that was the offensive line. Illinois has a much better offensive line. I think that's going to help him. He played really good when they beat Wyoming last week, 38-6. They blew out Wyoming. I thought that game was going to be much closer, but Illinois took care of business. Wyoming did lose a lot of talent, but Illinois, they were in the driver's seat. Chase Brown at running back. They did lose their other running back, Josh McCray, to injury, but Chase Brown is their starting running back, and he is very good. He rushed for over 100 yards last week. That's going to be a matchup problem for Indiana because, again, when in week one with your defense, you do usually miss a lot of tackles because you're not cohesive, and Chase Brown might expose them on the defensive side. Isaiah Williams at wide receiver, he's really good. He was banged up last week, but they said, I think, that he should be able to play. He used to be their quarterback, but now he was moved to wide receiver because he's very fast and he can catch the ball in space. And they got good defensive players in Keith Randolph and Sidney Brown. Illinois got a good defense. Now, the interesting thing about this game is the fact that I think both teams are evenly matched. I almost might lean Illinois on talent. Indiana might have the better start, but Illinois does have better depth, I think. But the game is at Indiana. And I will say that home field advantage, playing your first road game, and it is a night game. Indiana does have the advantage there. Illinois does have the advantage in the fact that they've played a game. Indiana has the advantage that no one knows what they're going to look like. And Illinois, Indiana's already scouted them because they've played. So even with all this, with all these different caveats here, I do have to lean Indiana. I have to say that I think Indiana is going to win 31-28. It's going to be a close game. Illinois could easily win this game, just like with Penn State, Purdue. That game could go either way as well. But I have Indiana beating Illinois 31-28 with the home field advantage. And they don't have they have a game that they have to scout Illinois on, and Illinois does not know what Indiana's going to lie. I think they might surprise some people with all the new players. If the transfers really help them out, then they're going to win this game. Like I said, 31-28. Comment down below what you think in this game, who's going to win, whether it's Illinois or Indiana. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you next time.